Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another gravity ice dye. So I have an order for a green and a blue t-shirt, two different t-shirts. So today we're going to do the blue one, so let's get into it. So starting off like always, I'm just bunching up the shirt and shoving it into my plastic cup before hanging it on a hanger to prepare for the dye. Now I'm loading the cup up with ice, and then the next step of course is to get our Dharma fiber reactive dyes. Today I'm using number 25 turquoise and I absolutely love this blue. It looks just gorgeous when it's flowing through. So I usually just like to watch the dyes and top them up as I go. I never measure anything and just go with the flow. Now it's time for the time lapse. You can see that this blue is just absolutely gorgeous as it's flowing through, and I can't wait to see the results. So this is the final result of the blue Ora-T commission that I had. Now you'll see at the bottom it's quite light and the black kind of comes through the middle part but not right at the bottom. So the thing with these Ora-Ts is that they look like they're getting so dark when they are processing. So I did kind of like worry about it a bit and put heaps of blue on so that it wouldn't become too dark, but I think I do want a little bit more black on this one, so I might just redo the very bottom so we can get just a little bit more contrast. But other than that, I'm really happy with how this shirt turned out. It starts off with very blue at the top and then it kind of goes down into this more tealy kind of darker blue color. So I'm just going to flip it around to the back now and we can have a look there. And here we have the back, and you can see again that just around this kind of part here, we've got those beautiful kind of like aura lines, and then yeah, the nice kind of black color. This was the first time I've done like a really large size t-shirt. Usually I just do mediums because that's the size that my husband and I are. But this time I had an order for 2 extra large shirts. So it did take a bit longer and require a bit more dye. So yeah, this is kind of like the first one I've done of that. I decided to re-dye this shirt because I wasn't happy with the bottom of it. So here's the time lapse of that. Here is our updated blue shirt, and oh my god, I'm so happy with how this one turned out. I don't even know if you guys can see it very much because it's still very much wet, so I'm still waiting for the dye to cure. But all of these like flame patterns at the bottom. Now I was really worried about this one because I only had an hour to complete it, so I did something a bit unorthodox. So usually when I'm doing one of these, it takes about 30-40 minutes for the dye to just start getting into the t-shirt because the t-shirt is completely dry. So this time I actually poured some water in and just kind of wet that starting bit of the fabric to help it kind of get a head start when before I put any of the ice or anything in. So that really helped, and then I think that also made these like flame kind of patterns work out super awesome too. I was dyeing kind of like wet dry, so a combination, a bit of a hybrid if you will. But yeah, I'm super happy with how the flame patterns turned out, and I cannot wait to wash this one. Like, it's kind of killing me that I can't wash it already. But let's have a look at the back now. Here we have our back, and again, oh my god, it just turned out so well. And basically, yeah, all I had to do was trust in this one. I only had an hour before I had to be somewhere else yesterday, and yeah, I just can't believe how good this one turned out. I'm really excited, and I'm also super happy because this is a custom order for someone, and this is probably one of my favorite ones I've done so far. So yeah, I definitely am glad that I put the extra color on. It just didn't have that wow factor before, but now it definitely does. So here we have the wash shirt, and unfortunately it is a bit of a disappointment. Those amazing black flame like patterns have completely disappeared, so a little bit let down, but I was trying out something different for this shirt. There is 3 things that can definitely be troubleshooted. So number 1 is that I did not soak the shirt in soda ash and let it dry. I just dyed it as is. I thought that, you know, it's a black color. Usually they say the soda ash is to just bring out the brightness and make the colors super awesome. But I figured if it's black, maybe it might go okay. And I actually just wanted to see if the soda ash step was completely necessary. I definitely think it helps to bond to the fabric a little bit. So never again will we ever skip that step. Number 2 is that this color is actually called Thundercloud. So it is actually a grey color, not a true black. So I looked at all of these swatches on the Dharma website, and pretty much all of the blacks looked like they had either like a green, a blue, or some kind of color tinge to them. However, this Thundercloud grey color didn't. It just looked quite black, and when it does go quite dark, it's good. But yeah, I think just skipping the soda ash step here kind of ruined that. But I was also just running out of time because I'm literally about to get onto a plane, go back to my home in Australia in about 3 hours. So this one was fighting against the clock, but not to worry. I think this project is just going to have to continue once I arrive in Australia. I reckon I will buy a black colour off the Dharma website, soak the shirt in soda ash, and just dye it one more time. So here's the time lapse for that. Unfortunately the background isn't white and it was a bit difficult to capture, but what can you do? Here we have the final t-shirt, and oh my gosh, thank God that third time was a charm, because I wouldn't know what to do if it just didn't work again. I was kind of like not sure what to do with this shirt if the dye wouldn't stick anymore, but yeah, definitely the soda ash helped curing for the longer time, and then also just buying the proper colors. So I mean, even if the colors do seem a bit weird in their kind of test squares, you definitely just kind of need to trust that once they're on the fabric, they'll do their thing and work properly. So yeah, I'm in Australia at the moment, so I actually have my mannequin with me. So yeah, it's really nice to just see the t-shirt on a mannequin and see what it's actually doing. But yeah, let's have a look at the back now. Here we have the back of the shirt, and again, I'm just super happy with how this one turned out. I think I did like the kind of flame patterns on the second dye, but unfortunately they just didn't stick. But I mean, this one still worked out pretty good, so can't complain. It did take me 3 dyes, so yeah, I have learned that soda ash, definitely never skip that step. It totally helps to let the dye stick to the t-shirt. And then recently I've also learned that curing for 48 hours is best. So in the past I was just doing them for 24, but I read a whole bunch of stuff on the Dharma website, and yeah, 48 hours is definitely the go. And then also just, yeah, using colours that are what they say they are. For this one, I ended up using cobalt, blueberry, and like better black to get the black colour. So there you have it. After 3 dyes, we finally got there with this custom order. As always, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!